DJ Trice in the building, let's post up. Yeah. DJ Trice in the building, let's post up. Yeah. DJ Trice in the building, let's post up.
Post up, post up. Yeah, she running her mouth. Post up. Talking stats, no doubt. From the court to the coach. If it's sports, let it go. Yeah, we post up. Post up, no stop. Post up.
Opinions loud, say it straight, no delay. From kickoff to tip-off, breaking down plays, no filter, no cap. Yeah, she bring that heat. If you love the game, pull up a seat. Let's go!
DJ Trice, welcome to the post up.
Let's start over.
What's up going on?
What's up going on? You already know me. I go by the name of DJ Trice, and I'm posted up right here courtside with Rae Burrell, y'all. All right, Rae. We've been here for years at this point.
Yeah.
What's that moment for you that's like, you know, we talked to you that rookie year coming off that injury. You really started to open up. Now you got all these vets, and you are one of the top vets.
Yeah.
Like, what's that like for you?
It's crazy. I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm spoiled. I don't really have to do too much because I feel like our vets are very vocal, and I kind of just try and fit in wherever I can. But
Yep.
I mean, luckily for me, I don't have to do too much.
Too much.
My job. So yeah.
I mean, but when you say not too much, we talking about hitting timely threes. We talking about getting back on defense, all of that. So what's your favorite part of the game that you've developed so far?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think just seeing whatever we need. I think my versatility and being able to do so many things, and I get to figure out what it is in the game that we're needing, whether that's defense or a three or get into the paint or a rebound. So I think just being able to have the opportunity to do literally kind of anything.
Yeah, and then let's talk about Unrivaled real quick. I mean, you had a great off season. What were some of your favorite moments? I mean, from dancing to when you win games and all of that.
Yeah, no, I love Unrivaled. Just the whole format of it it's just so fun, you know.
Yeah.
You get to really play freely, and I like the pace of the game. It's so fast, and then being around everybody. You know, we're in such a close-knit area, so
Yep.
you're kind of forced to be around people, forced to talk to other players and stuff. So I just kind of almost like the community of it, which is really fun. And then obviously it's really good basketball on top of that. You know, I was able to really work on my game, and I feel like I got better in a lot of areas. So yeah.
Yep, and final question. You know, over the years, you had a good sense of humor. That's one of my favorite things about you. Can you talk about how that contributes to your game? Because I also have a good sense of humor in my content. You know what I mean? Like just having that positive attitude.
Yeah, I think that just comes from my energy, and I think that energy just gets translated in the game with just being everywhere. I mean, I try not to dwell on stuff that happens in the game too. So I feel like having that lighthearted personality kind of lets you get past the mistakes and everything too.
Yep. All right, y'all. That's Rae Burrell. Good luck today against Toronto for the
Thank
first time.
you.
Yeah. You already know me. I go by the name of DJ Trice, and I'm posted up right here courtside with Tanaya Latson. Y'all been asking for it. We made it happen. So Tanaya, first and foremost, congratulations on all your success. Just right coming out of college. We've been running your name nonstop, going from the tournament all the way through the draft and everything. So how does it feel to just be in that whole whirlwind and now be here starting?
It feels amazing. It's a dream come true.
Yep.
Just to be here, I mean, it was something I dreamed of when I was a kid. So just be here, it means so much. I mean, it shows that my hard work has paid off.
Yep.
And I'm super blessed. I'm blessed to be with the Sparks and with these amazing women, my bad, and coaching staff. So yeah, I'm happy.
Awesome. So, okay, what was it like the other day playing against the Fever, playing against Raven, somebody you used to pass to and get passes from, and now you on the opposite team? What's that full circle moment like?
It was a real full circle moment. I played with KK too, Michaela Timpson, at Florida State for 3 years, so I just got to see my girls, and I was so happy just to see them shine. I mean, it felt like, dang, we made it. Look,
yes.
We worked so hard. We grew up together, and now we at the big stage. So, just happy for her, happy for me.
Yep.
And yeah, it was a good, cool moment.
Awesome. So listen, I was on live stream during the draft, and when your name wasn't called, I was like, what? But then when I seen the Sparks pick coming up, we all went crazy in the chat.
I seen that.
Yeah. So how does that feel like to be kind of slept on, in my opinion, and Nekadin saying that you were the star of the draft, the steal of the draft? Tell me what that felt like.
In a moment, I was just like, where am I going? And then my agent texted me and was like, oh, you're going to LA. And I'm like, what? really, LA? I grew up watching the Sparks, so it was just a full circle moment. I grew up watching NECA,
Yes.
and Candace, so I was like, shoot, this is perfect, you know.
Yeah.
And then playing with KP, I went to her camp, so it was just like a full circle moment. Then I was talking to E-Dub right before the draft, and she was telling me to get a good vet to follow behind, and it's so crazy that she ended up being my
It's
vet.
all of them.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this is meant to be. This is what God wanted. So I'm just extremely blessed, happy, and I'm ready to work and prove people wrong.
That's right. Prove people wrong. Final question. You talked about all them awesome vets. What's one thing coming out of training camp and now being in the season where it's like the vets really like this one thing that I learned really quick?
I think with NECA, she was just telling me that to lean into being a rookie, you're going to make mistakes and stuff like that, but always stay ready when your name is called. Like, don't think about the win. Think about just being you, whether that's 1 minute of playing time, 2 minutes of playing time, 15 minutes, just be you and be ready to make an impact on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
So that's something that's really stuck with me, just putting in the preparation so I can bring that confidence to the game.
Yeah. All right, Revolt, listen, we got Tania Latson right here. Dawn, give me a call. Come on the pod. I got one of your girls on here, so come on the pod. All right, thank you so much,
Yeah,
Tania.
no problem. Thank you.
Hello, John W. Davis, Southern California News Group. Coach, what are you thinking about doing with your starting lineup today? Obviously, Ariel's going to be out with the concussion. Got to start some different people, or at least a different person.
Yes, so it'll be E-Dub, Erica Williams will start at 1, then move KP to the 2, Rae, NECA, Dearica.
And what are you expecting? What are you expecting by putting Erica in the starting lineup?
I mean, that's a true point guard at that spot. I think she's going to. The one thing the last couple games, we just have not been organized offensively very well. And so hopefully we can just play a little more organized. It's a work in progress. Everybody is at this stage, but particularly for us, with new people and new spots, new positions, in a system that's pretty free flowing by nature, can get a little unorganized, I guess is for lack of a original word. I anticipate us to be a lot more organized today, not just because of the starting lineup, but just because of what we've been working on, watching, talking about, walking through. So that's the hope.
Thank you.
You bet.
Hey, Coach DJ from Revolt. So the Toronto Tempo have some guards with some hot hands around that three-point line. You got Mabry, you got Slim there. Without telling too much of your game plan and your strategy, what are your plans defensively to counteract that three-point shooting from the perimeter?
Yeah, well, we got to get up into bodies. Hopefully, the thing with, Mabry particularly, she can create her own shot, so we've got to be up on her and not let her get comfortable. She kind of gets into rhythm, similar to like Caitlin Clark, how she you can kind of tell when she's about to shoot it. Mabry does the same thing, and she's dangerous when the ball crosses half court, and if she's on a heater, it's tough. So we can't let her get going. But so get up into bodies. But the big thing when you're playing a team that shoots the ball, you just try to not put yourself in rotations, because that's when the kick out threes are really tough to defend. And we know Julie Alamon, she's, love her. This expansion draft thing is brutal, but it is what it is. I'm happy for her. She's being Julie, but she's incredible at finding those kickouts. So we've got to try to contain the ball and not get into rotations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go to Cameron in the back row.
Hi, Coach. Cameron from the 9. I'm wondering, you had such good things to say about Cam's performance last game, and kind of counteracting the narrative that she's in any kind of slump. I'm just wondering if you could talk about coming off the bench right now, what success kind of looks like for her in that role right now.
Well, I don't think success coming off the bench is different than success starting. I really don't. I think success for any of our guys, whether they're starting or coming off the bench, is to come in and do your job. And so, she is such a presence defensively. The other players are aware of her when you're attacking, and she's in there. It makes you pause a little bit. So just bring that defensive presence that she's able to do. She's worked really hard in the off season on her shooting and skill work, and she looked comfortable. Whatever day we played last, Wednesday. She looked really comfortable, and so that was great to see. And like I said, she's a really good player, a defensive player of the year in the making, and I have every bit of confidence in her.
Rashawn on your left side.
Hey, Coach. Small sample size, but what have you seen on film that has led to the early success for Toronto defensively?
I mean, they're well coached, and they've got a good group. They rotate well. They don't seem to be as out of position at this point in the season as maybe we are sometimes. They're smart. They've got good vets that understand how to play. Slim is really tough on-ball defender. She can make it hard. She's so athletic and long and aggressive. So I think they have a really balanced roster.
Marissa, right over you.
And then just going back to the old Pac-12, I believe you coached against Kiki Rice, right?
I did.
Yeah, just how have you kind of seen her grow and develop into a WNBA player now?
Yeah, I think she was the #1 rated high school player when she went to UCLA, and so I'm good friends with Corey Close, so I've been kind of following her closely, Kiki, their team. So, I think she's going to do well with Sandy and their system, and she's going to get coached. But what I saw over the course of her 4 years was her decision making, improve and get better, which is natural, and her outside shot, get more comfortable with that. But she's going to be a good player in this league.
Justin in the back left corner.
Hey.
Obviously, it's only 2 games, but the defense has not been up to the level that you guys would hope it would be to start the year. Kind of, what areas on that end of the floor are most important for you guys to turn it around quickly?
Well, I thought we had a good 20 minutes that we ended the game. So yes, we have not put 40 minutes together, but defensively against Indiana in the second half, we were good. We held them to 34 points in the paint, I think, or 32 points after giving up 62 to Vegas. So it's a process, man. What areas do we need to get better at? All of them, and I'm sure Vegas is saying the same thing, and Indiana and Toronto, it's a process. So for us, I think, there needs to be an intensity level. We got to start the game the right way defensively, being up to touch and being up into bodies and communicating, and then, having that weak side rotation. Like I said, and this isn't no big deal, it's a process, but it is a process, and we're coaching the hell out of it and teaching and all the things, but it's I was happy to see the kind of the light switch go on a little bit in the second half.
Jackie over here in the front row.
Hey Coach, Jackie Ray TV with B Code Media. To piggyback on what you said it's a process. Last season you said you definitely wanted to peak later in the season versus earlier. Do you want to kind of fast track that a little bit this year to see people get dialed in, and are you kind of leaning on the vets to help push that process along?
Yeah, this is a totally different year, different team, right? And so coming in last year, we were not predicted to do very well. There was not a lot of expectations on us. And so now there's more, and that's what I want, So, yeah, we're going to always focus on one day at a time, one game at a time. But it doesn't change the mentality of we've got to be better today than we were yesterday. Whether we're hoping to make a deep run in the playoffs, or we're hoping to make playoffs, or wherever you're at, wherever your team's at, you still have to take it one day at a time. And we've got goals for the season, but today is about being better than we were against Indiana and putting a complete game together.
On your left, Nikki.
Coach, this is just going a little bit deeper into what you said about the weak side rotation. What is actually happening in that breakdown?
Well, they're not going. They're seeing it and then saying no thanks. I don't know if it's that simple, but we're just not there, and so it's a habit. You just got to form the habits.
Michael, back to you.
Coach, I know it's only been 2 games, and you have a lot of new important faces. Offensively, you're going to have those issues early on. What are some positives that you've seen on the offensive end that kind of gives you hope that you guys can get this thing sparked up?
The talent, that gives me hope. We just have to get more organized and play with some patience, and the ball's got to move. And like I've said many times, the system is not scripted, right? It's not you go here, then I go here. There's reads, there's actions. We'll have some neutral sets that are scripted, but just in the flow of the game, it's not scripted. So the chemistry on the floor takes time. each season, and then you're adding some big name scorers, right? That are trying to figure out, okay, where to, and so that's, I think, what you're seeing. But that's the process part. Like, we cannot panic or push the eject button on what we're doing. Like, we'll be fine.
Back to John.
With Atkins and Fagan out, looks like Martin is going to be active. What do you want to see from Kate Martin tonight?
Well, I think the thing about Kate is that she's played in the league. She understands the league. She understands the games. She's familiar with who we're playing. She's been incredible since we've had her. I don't know, has it even been a week? Not even a week. But she's a student of the game. Her work ethic is incredible. But she's taking notes and film and asking questions, and that gives you confidence. And I think just having another person out there, another player coming in that has been there, done that, I think is what I'm hoping to get from her tonight. So I'm excited that she's activated and she'll get to play.
We'll end with Justin in the back.
Lynn, I'm kind of curious. I know there's a fine line between criticism and critiquing someone on the floor in their game. How do you critique someone and kind of go through that process with them while still fostering togetherness in an environment in a locker room, while giving them critiques without leaving wounds, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, that's leadership, right? That's coaching. I think you have to point out what they're doing well, and talk to their strengths, get them to see their strengths and how that can help the team. But I also think players respect honesty, and especially these pros, like, they want to be told. The vets they want to know, like, coach me, tell me, if they're great, they want to be coached. And so, and that's part of having a relationship with each individual player. You're able to coach them. Everybody responds differently in different ways. But that's leadership, and accountability without enforcement is nothing. It's just words. So, having that culture of accountability and ownership, I'll be the first to stand up there too and say, hey, I screwed this up, or I should have done this, or that's just the culture we have. And so players jump on board with that too.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you all. We'll see you after. Thank you.
All right, y'all. It is pre-game here, and here's my wrap-up. The Toronto Tempo are here. The first thing that's different about the game experience is we got to experience the Canadian national anthem. So shouts out to that. I was like, wow, this is new. We have never had this in the WNBA where we have to sing the Canadian national anthem. I was in the arena earlier today as well, like 10 a.m. for shoot-arounds to talk to the players. I'm going to drop them interviews in there in the show as well if you ain't already, if I ain't dropped them before here. But anyway, I got to see the Toronto Tempo kind of walk in, get situated, and start getting some shots up. I'm scared of Marina Mabry, Julie Alamon, and Salim, y'all. But I talked to Coach about it in the press conference, and there is a plan to stop the guards. Now, the major thing that's happened is Ariel Atkins is out with the concussion because she got elbow on a no call, driving me crazy. Anyway, starting lineups are going up. I think that as long as we can keep up with them, the bench can show up. Like Kate Martin is going to play today. I'm expecting a big game from Cameron. KP has been out there doing her thing. E. Weezy is starting. I'm hoping that she can get us started offensively. She's played against these players. She's a great vet. So I think this is going to be one of the best games of the weekend, Sparks versus Tempo. We were back in the media room and looking at other games that was happening. Washington with Indiana. But like I said, I'm at the best game right now. They just turned the lights out. Let's get ready for this first half, y'all. Let's go. Quarter, yo. The difference in the score right now is Sparks 28 and where that Tempo at? The Tempo got 17. They went on a little bit of a run in the end of the first quarter, but the Sparks came out stronger than they ever have. Rae Burrell is 3 for 3. Neko Gumake is 3 for 3. De'Erica Hamby is 4 for 5. Kelsey Plum has only made 2 shot attempts, which is okay. She still got time to get cooking. Erica Wheeler has been bringing the ball up, hasn't had any points, but it's really been helping with just limiting the turnovers and playing some good defense. Chance Gray has got some great minutes. 5 minutes in the first quarter. That's good to see. Cameron Brink also had 5 minutes. She had 2 shot attempts. She had 2 of her free throws. The bench hasn't had much production just yet. Tonight, Latson only had 2 points. So we're in a good position right now. Kate Martin has not entered the game. I know we're waiting on Kate Martin to enter the game. I wanted Coach Lynn to take a timeout
with a minute left. But that ain't what happened. I think she was just letting them play through it, and I'm cool with that. We're in a good position. As long as we don't turn the ball over, we started to have a little bit of turnovers in there, but as long as we can hold things up, I think we should be all right. Fast break points, too, on both teams. It looks like Kiki Rice is starting to cook up on the Toronto side, but we've been doing a great job of keeping Marina Mabry, Julie Alamon, and Brittany Sykes at bay. Brittany Sykes only has 5 points. Niara Sabali has 4 points. Maria Khan, actually, the Toronto Tempo bench is doing a lot better than the starters, quiet as kept. So we'll see how the second quarter goes. Check back in with you after halftime. Boo! Okay, y'all, we just went into halftime. They reviewed the Kelsey Plum final shot. They said it's not a shot. They are haters. Everybody is hating on us right now because we are up. The score is 46-38. Rae Burrell has 13 points, been going off. Nneka Ogwumike has 11 points. De'Erica Hamby, 10 points. Kelsey Plum is in a little bit of foul trouble. She's got 3 fouls, only 7 points. Erica Wheeler hasn't really found her offensive place just yet. She shot 2 for 2s, doing a lot of great defensive things, but really hasn't found any offense. She only has 2 points. Cameron Brink off the bench, not too bad. 11 minutes, 1 for 3. She had 3 points. Tanaya Lasson's been in for a couple minutes. Coach Lynn just had a fiery moment where she was charged with an illegal substitution, y'all. But when I tell you Tanaya Latson was sitting on the sideline for a long time, the refs were tripping. They need to be investigated. I don't know who we need to call. Call Kathy. Call everybody that you can because the refs over here are making all the wrong calls. Literally, Lynn has to be pulled off of the court. Marina Mabry hasn't got cooking yet. She's only got 2 points. Niara Sabali is doing a lot better than she was doing. She's 3 for 5, 6 points. Brittany Sykes has 10 points, and it's starting to cook up. Same with Julie Alamon. Kiki Rice has been really showing out in her first professional game in LA. The dance team is about to go on. I'm about to go get a couple snacks. I'll check back in with y'all at the third quarter. Y'all, we at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth. KP started cooking this quarter. She's up to 12 points. Erica Wheeler, we saw a 3 finally hit after the half. The bench really hasn't stepped up as much, only 8 points, but we still making it, From the field, we're shooting 29 for 46. From 3, only 6 to 17. 6 for 17. We're not taking a lot of threes because honestly, the Toronto Tempo are shorthanded in the bigs. Niara Sabali isn't as effective as she needs to be. She's played 21 minutes, 8 points. She's got 2 fouls, and she's not getting back on defense that fast. Brittany Sykes has 4 fouls. Marina Mabry only has 2. Only 7 points. We holding Marina Mabry back. She's only 1 for 5 from 3-point. So overall, we just doing a great job of keeping the pace and making sure that they don't go on a scoring run. Kiki Rice is feeling LA. You can tell she's feeling them LA vibes because she is in the building. 11 points. She is 3 for 4 shooting from 3, 4 for 7. She's got a lot of fans in the crowd, so it makes sense that she is doing her thing. All LA needs to do right now, with the score being 74-63, is just get some stops, effectively score. I want us to keep going to the paint. There's no need for us to shoot on them threes. KP, if she can keep getting fouled, going in. Cam is doing a really good job, too. Only 2 fouls. She's got 8 points, y'all. So we're doing good. We're doing good. We just need to stay the course. I'll check back in with y'all after the game. Let's go. Let's go. Click, click, cannon. Hey.
Hey, Coach. What went into the substitution pattern in the second half? Like they played the entire fourth quarter. Well, not the entire fourth quarter, but the starters. And in the first half, there were quick substitutions. Were you just saving the starters for the fourth quarter, or just having the vets take them home, basically?
Are you saying in the third quarter? What was
Fourth quarter, the starters played nearly the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, that wasn't. I think you have to credit Toronto there. They were making a run, and you got to go with who. Go with the first group. So obviously that's not ideal in a long season, but you got to do what you got to do to get a win.
Marissa, in the front row, left side.
I get the mic or no?
Yeah, I'm holding it for you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry. Just looking at the way the first half when you guys end up going up by 20 and then they come back, cut it to a 2-point game. Like, how do you feel about just the way that
Played out.
piece of the game went and the way Toronto came back there?
Well, I mean, that's a WNBA team, and they're coached by one of the all-time greats in the league. Like, they're not going to just go away. We talked about that. Like, and those are competitors over there. So you have to first give them some credit. And then I do think we gave up 57 points in the second half. That's way too many. So I feel like we lost maybe a little bit of our focus intensity, which, again, the goal is to put together 40 minutes. We haven't done that yet this season, but the season's early. But again, credit to Toronto for fighting and not folding. I have a lot of respect for that.
John Davis.
This question is for Erica and Coach Roberts. How big of a factor was it that you had 26 assists on those made 37 baskets?
You first.
Yeah, I think that's the way we want to play. The first couple of games were not that, and it's like I've told you guys before the game, like it's a process. But we had 6 players in double figures, 26 assists on 37 makes. We just talked about that in the locker room. That's how we want to play. Now, if we can shore up defensively and just be a little bit tighter, I thought we made some mental errors in the fourth. But it's good to still get the win and have to learn those hard lessons. But that's the way we want to play. And I before you get to talk.
Well, you might as well just finish the answer for me too.
Well, I thought Ida was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. She ran the show plus 16 out there when she was on the floor. She just has a great sense. 7 assists, only 1 turnover. No, you had 3. My bad. But you'd only have 1 foul.
Last time I had 5, so that's a good job.
Okay. No, she was phenomenal. She ran the show and she brings poise to that spot, and I thought she did just a tremendous job.
I think you got it, boss. I think you got all the answers you needed.
But you was out there dishing them.
Man, I think like Coach said, like the first game that we played, we wasn't moving the ball as much. So I took that on my back and I made sure that happened. I cursed De'Eric out a couple of times. She was like, my bad. But no, I think like Coach said, I think that's how we want to play. So we showed that, and you see how it looked. It looked really good. It felt good as a collective. And that's it.
Justin on the left side.
Lynn, I do want to ask you, at the end of the second quarter, there was a sequence there where Eric was at the line and Tanaya looked like she was trying to check in. You guys gotta tell you, I want to.
It was a ref's fault.
Well, I wanted to ask, what happened? What did they tell you? Why wasn't Tanaya allowed to check in?
I don't know. The horn went, but the official that's supposed to bring in Tanaya never waved her in. Then they put the ball in play. KP was already off the floor, so they said they had to give us a technical, even though they admitted it was their error.
So basically, the referee at the scorer's table it was on them, essentially.
That's what they told me. But we still got, and I said, if we lose by 1, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it. So, but that's what the explanation was.
Let's go to Dave, left side front row.
For Dearica, obviously, you have a lot of experience playing with Kelsey. Just how has that chemistry between the two of you in the pick and roll continued to evolve, especially, with how it was working tonight?
I think you got to pick your poison, and especially on the backside, we also have 3 elite scorers. So we kind of have emphasized that it may not be there as much this year, but we're going to get it on the reverse side. So just keep playing through it, and obviously our chemistry is our chemistry. I know her probably better than anybody, and yeah.
Back to this side, Michael, and then Jack.
Hey, Dearica, for you, seemed like you, Nneka, and Cam are, your rotation is playing really well together in the front court. Can you just kind of talk about how you guys are being able to play off one another?
Yeah, I think we're just all 3 very versatile and 3-level scorers. I think same thing, you gotta pick your poison. And we all 3 want to win, and we're there for each other. We're giving each other feedback. We're looking for each other. So just hope to continue to build off that throughout the season.
Last 2 questions, Jackie.
Erica, this one's for you. You talked about pacing, and the pacing was definitely better this game. You said you put that on your back a little bit. When they started catching up a little bit, what did you tell yourself mentally, and how did you maintain the pace throughout the rest of the game?
What did I tell myself mentally? Be poised. If you see, I think towards the 4-minute mark, I just ran horns. Simple play, simple action, just to get the ball in Nneka and KP hands on the side, and we execute. I think oftentimes we try to complicate things and we just go super simple. And that's what we did today. I think we moved the ball very well as a team, and I found that poise because Coach gave it to me. She kept telling me I'm playing amazing, and that means a lot coming from your coach to give you confidence that, you really running the show, and I took pride in that today, and it felt good.
Charlotte, last question.
Hi, ladies. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Can you talk about since you're going to play this team right back again, how important it was to get this first win and what you can do, what you plan to do for the game coming up?
That's Coach's answer.
Yeah, it's unique, right? You get to play them in 48 hours. So we need to, obviously tomorrow will be a mental day. Our starters played more than I had hoped, but you got to do what you have to do to win, like I said earlier. The coaching in this league is good, and I'm sure that Toronto will have their adjustments, we'll have our adjustments. We need to see where we kind of felt what was giving us trouble defensively, see what we can fix, and go from there. But Toronto gained some confidence, okay, they're going to come in here on Sunday and try to beat us. It's not going to be easy. So I'm grateful we got the win, but I know Sunday's going to be just as hard, if not harder.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for being here. We'll see you Sunday.
Are you wearing those heels again, Coach?
Home team, you already know me. I go by the name of DJ Trice, and it is the end of the game. We got the win. Hello. I hate to say that I'm right, but when I'm right, I got to continue to say that I am right. The Sparks got the win by a small margin. We gave up a little bit of lead at the end, but y'all know I don't care if we win by 1,000 or 10 points. We won. We got the win. We will be back here on Sunday playing the Toronto Tempo again. There were a lot of questionable fouls. I know I said this last episode, and I'm probably going to continue to argue about fouls, and I know one of my 10 commandments was don't complain about the fouls, but I don't play on the team. So you know what that means. I'm going to continue to complain about the fouls. I think the refs need to do a way better job. The Sparks got a technical foul for illegal substitution, and the girl was sitting at tonight was trying to get in the whole time. It was just crazy. It was a lot of things that was happening, but on Sunday, I know the Toronto Tempo are going to come back with a new attitude trying to beat us, but we were off to a good start, had up to a 20-point lead, got a win by a small margin, but our starters really show up for us, all right? Make sure you stay tapped in right here. Follow me on all social media at DJ Trice. That's at DJ Trice. Until next time, I'll be posted up right here, running my mouth about sports.
Clock ran down, that's the end of the round. Trice put that real talk down. From hot takes to the final routine, that's the post up with Trice. Yeah, she ran her mouth, but the game came first. Breaking down plays like a postgame verse. In a league full of voices trying to drown out the scene, she stayed 10 toes with her take on the screen. Some throw shade when the truth get loud, but the love stays strong and the crowd stay down. Yeah, can't look away, you gotta hear what she say. She'll be back with another play, and when the whistle blow and the lights go dim, you know she'll be back talking sports again. She posted up, ran the play. Now the court clears out the scene, but when the game grams, heat up a gram. She posted up, pull back up for the post up with DJ Trice. Pull back up for the post up with DJ Trice.